corrupt person is, they would say, Allah and His Rasul know best. They would answer them. So the messenger, he taught the Sahaba, and the Quran teaches us how to ask questions in order to know the truth. I'm asking you, what are you doing here gathered like this in this beautiful way? Let me touch upon this for a bit now. Why are we gathered like this? This is nothing new, but just, mashallah, say boys, and mashallah, most of you are young and very young. It's amazing how you're sitting like this now, listening quietly, because this is exactly how the Salaf, the Salihin, the people before us from the Sahaba and their companions and their friends and so on, they used to sit like this, and it was amazing. And subhanAllah, there's an amazing number of you as well. This is a good number. I thought I'm going to get like 5 or 6 or 10 or 15 maybe in front of me. There's quite a few of you. And this again was the practice of the Salaf. It's mentioned about a big alim called Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, that 5,000 would gather when he came. Can you imagine 5,000? He would sit down and begin speaking, and around would be 5,000 people. There was another scholar, if you think that's amazing, there was another scholar called Ibn al-Jawzi. This person, if you have time, go read about him. Abu al-Faraj Ibn al-Jawzi. I'm saying these names on purpose so that you listen to them and go and learn about them. Just like we know, just like Ben 10 is special on TV, these people are special too. Ibn al-Jawzi would sit down and there would be 10,000 people around him. 10,000. And if you think that was amazing, it was mentioned about a big scholar, a big sheikh and alim, one of the righteous of the past, called Ali ibn al-Madini. He would sit there, and guess how many would be around him? 15,000? 30,000 would be sitting around him. Can you imagine 30,000? This is like, when Manchester United play and maybe Arsenal, and people gather in there, thousands, and they fill the stadium. So you got 50, 60,000. Imagine Ali ibn al-Madini sitting down and 30,000 around him just come to listen to him and what he's going to say with their pens and their paper ready to write. And they wouldn't sit down and feel tired. Some people that weren't part of the gathering, they would walk past and they would say, "Hal antum fi salah?" He would just say like out loud, "Are you in prayer? Are you praying salah or something?" Why? And meaning with that, they were still and they numbered so many. They, like when the brothers, mashallah, your teachers, they gathered you and said, come sit down, yeah? That took a bit of a while. But Ali ibn al-Madini, when they knew who was going to give a talk, so let's say for example he was going to give a talk on Friday, so Ali ibn al-Madini was going to give a talk on Friday, they wouldn't gather, they wouldn't come and sit down half an hour or 10 minutes or 1 hour, like sometimes when a scholar or a sheikh comes, people sit down around him about half an hour before he comes. Yeah, 15 minutes, 10 minutes before they sit around. Ali ibn al-Madini, people would gather the day before. They would sit in the masjid. So if I was giving this talk now, you would have sat down here. This is like Ali ibn al-Madini's majlis. He would be in his majlis, but when would the people gather? A day before after Asr. They would come a day before. Why do you think they came a day before and sat there and slept there and got up there and spent their whole next day there until he gave the talk? They would sit there. Imagine you now sitting there, sitting there and sleeping there and waking up there, and then Ali ibn al-Madini comes and you're still there, and then you sit there and then you listen to the talk from the day before. Why do you think they would do this for? Because it's special and they didn't want to miss a single word he said, and they didn't want to lose that position in the gathering. So they would sit there, they would sleep there, and if they had to go somewhere, they would make sure and use any means possible that place was guaranteed, would do anything. And that happens in the Haram. You go to Mecca sometimes. If you go to Mecca, you get some people actually pay other people to sit in that place so they can go to the toilet and come back, and then they pay them and then they take that place again. That happens now. But that used to happen then, where people loved coming to these kind of gatherings. They absolutely loved it. Now you're probably asking why? What's so amazing about this gathering? What was amazing about his gathering? And all the other thousands and thousands of gatherings like this gathering that take place now and took place then? And what he just said there is just one reason. He said that people come and they listen to a hadith. We're probably thinking, a hadith, so what? I can read that off my phone. I got plenty of books at home, I'll just read it there. But it's completely different. It's completely different, and if there's time we'll explain why it's different. But just because of, you're saying a hadith, he said, what did he say? He said a hadith, the plural of hadith. You won't even believe me maybe when I say this, but in the past, and there have been books written about this, how people of the past would just travel miles and miles, and it would take them like weeks and weeks, sometimes months, to get to one place just because of one hadith. You probably know the Imam, because this Imam would deliver the khutbah of Eid, and then would walk home, this Imam, and then Imam Malik would leave his family and the celebrations and the food and the drink, and he would walk after the Imam all the way to his house and sit outside. And then this Shaykh would look outside and think, what's he doing here? It's Eid day, people are supposed to be at home eating, drinking, having fun. What's he doing here? So when he opened the door and asked him, what are you doing here? He said, I've come to listen to some ahadith. Can you please relate to me some ahadith? He said to him, you serious? He said, I'm serious. He brought him in and he related to him a collection of ahadith, a number of ahadith. And the Shaykh said to him, he's only 8 years old. He said to him, take these, memorize them and come back some other time. So the little Malik, he was not Imam yet, he was still 8 years old. He said, can I have some more? He said, go and memorize these. So the boy, 8 years old, he said, I've memorized them. And there were about 40 of them. And he'd memorized 40 ahadith straight away. He said, are you telling the truth? He said, yes. So he tested him on all 40 ahadith that he heard just once, and he got them all right. When the teacher, the Shaykh, heard him recite all of these ahadith off by heart, having heard them just once, he brought him very close and he paid attention to him. He knew that this boy is a special boy, and he kept on teaching him until this Imam Malik, this little small Imam Malik, became the famous Imam Malik who we all remember now. Maybe you haven't heard his name before, maybe you have, but if you ask any person who's into reading about Islamic books, do you know Imam Malik? Of course we have him. Is anybody here a prophet? Behind you a prophet? You're a prophet? Okay, remember, are you listening to me? You have to listen carefully. Listen to what I'm saying. Who is a prophet here? Anybody? You've got messengers and prophets in this room. No, you're not listening carefully. There's no more prophets or messengers after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No more prophets, yeah? No more. Yeah? Now, the point I was going to mention is Musa alayhi salam. Who's heard of Musa alayhi salam? Hands up. MashaAllah, you guys, I can see all you guys read books here. Musa alayhi salam is a who? A very famous prophet. One of the 5 most famous prophets. Yeah? One of the 5 most famous prophets. We have 5 famous prophets. We have loads of prophets. But there are 5. Our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We have Isa alayhi salam. We have Nuh alayhi salam. We have Ibrahim alayhi salam. And we have Musa alayhi salam. 5 amazing prophets. He was amongst these 5. Allah says in the Quran about him, وَكَانَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ وَجِيهًا. وَكَانَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ وَجِيهًا. That means, in Surah Al-Ahzab, that means he had a special position. He had a special rank and standing and status in the sight of Allah. Allah loved him. Allah would speak to him directly. He could hear Allah's voice. Can you imagine that? You can't imagine that. He would hear Allah's voice. You couldn't see him, but Allah would speak to him. Imagine that he's speaking to the Lord of the universe. That's how special Musa was. Musa was asked the question by his people. One of his people asked him, who is the most knowledgeable of people? So Musa was knowledgeable. He said, Ana. He was asked, Ayyun nasi a'lam? Who is the most knowledgeable of people? So Musa said, Ana. I'm the most knowledgeable. And he was the Prophet of Allah. But Allah didn't want him to reply like that. So Allah said to him, no, there is somebody that has some knowledge that you don't have. So you need to go and find him. You know his name? Yes. He went to look for somebody. Allah said to him, go and look for this person. Abdun min ibadina. He's a servant from our servants. Go look for him. He has knowledge that you don't have, O Musa. Go look for him. Where the two seas meet, you'll find him there. Go look for him. So when Allah said to him, there's somebody more knowledgeable than you, Musa said, Kayfa bihi. So he said, how can I go and find him? Where is he? So Allah said to him, where the two seas meet, you'll find him there. So Musa alayhi salam, he took one of his attendants called Yusha ibn Nun, and then Allah told him as well, take a fish with you in a basket, and at that place where you lose the fish, there's where you'll find, who's that? What's the name of that person that he was looking for? Al-Khidr. His name was Al-Khidr. Some knowledge that he didn't know. And Musa never said, I'm the messenger of Allah, I'm not going to go looking for him, I don't know time. He never said that. Who knows what he said? And the Quran mentioned this in Surah Al-Kahf. A surah that maybe some of you read today. Anybody read Surah Al-Kahf today? Definitely some of you read Surah Al-Kahf today, yeah? MashaAllah, well done. It's mentioned in there. I'll mention the beginning of it and I'll see. Maybe there's a reward for a person that can recite the verse. We write down the name. Who can, without even me giving you a clue, it's mentioned in the surah regarding what I'm talking about now, and to finding this person called Al-Khidr. Even though Al-Khidr is not mentioned in the surah, but this verse is connected to what I'm talking about. Who knows this verse? We have one hand there, and that's it. So let's see. Okay? From the beginning of the verse? You're close. That's the verse. Allahu Akbar. Say MashaAllah. MashaAllah. You know what that verse means? So there's a prize, MashaAllah, straight away. Allah says, وَإِذْ قَالَ مُوسَى لِفَتَاهُ. And when Musa said to his attendant, Yusha ibn Nun, the name is not mentioned in the Quran, but it's mentioned in the Hadith. وَإِذْ قَالَ مُوسَى لفتاه لا أبرح حتى أبلغ مجمع البحرين أو أمضي حقبة. You know what that means? You know what that means? Can you translate that for another reward? For another prize? And this time the prize will be bigger, inshallah. Okay, you get in there, that's in there. I don't know, I'll let the judge be the stand over there. It's like, no, give some more detail. Close. I think you know the gist of, you understand the gist of the verse, but maybe you can't put it into words. Very good try though, very good try. It's about resting, yeah, well done. The verse means, and this is what I wanted to mention, this is what I mentioned Musa. This is what Musa said when he learned that somebody else had knowledge that he never had. Did he say, okay, it doesn't matter, look it up on the internet? Could he do that? Was the internet then? Yeah. So listen to what he said. Listen to what he said. And I want every single person here to have the same, when they say appetite and hunger for knowledge that he had. This is what it means, the verse. وَإِذْ قَالَ مُوسَى لِفَتَاهُ. And when Musa said to his attendant, the youth that was next to him, لَا أَبْرَحُ. I will never rest. I will never give up. Look at that. What does that show you? The zeal, the eagerness, who is very, very keen. It's like when your mom says to you, I can give many examples. Say for example, you're playing a computer game. You're playing a computer game at home, and your brother says, enough, time to eat now. And you say, never, I'm not going to go and eat until I cut this level. Yeah? Look at, what's that? It's the determination, yeah? You don't want to hear nobody, you don't want no food. You're probably thinking, inshallah, I never eat in my life. I'm going to clock this game, inshallah. And you're focused on the screen, and you're going to clock that game. You think, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to win. I don't care what happens. You can go to the moon and back. I'm not going to be here clocking the game. Musa alayhi salam, he said, لا أبرح حتى أبلغ مجمع البحرين أو أمضي عقبا. He said, I will never rest until I reach the place and the point where the two seas meet, just like Allah told him to. Or years and years, huquba means years and years and years pass, and me, Musa, I'm still looking for this person. He's saying basically, I am never ever going to rest until I meet this person, Khidr, or Amdhi Huquba, or many years and years pass, and I'm still looking and journeying and traveling, looking for this Khidr. I don't care what it takes. Can you try and promise me from now on, whenever you hear the word knowledge or a beneficial talk, you're going to be like Musa and rush towards it? Best you can. Put your hand up if you can try, at least try that. Who's going to try that? Who wants to be like Musa? Okay. That was it benefit number 2 or benefit number 3? What are we talking about now? Number 1, when we get together, we learn from each other's knowledge. Number 2, we said the blessed nature, the angels surround us, Allah's mercy descends. Now what else? Something else. This is the last thing, because there's a few, I don't want to talk to too long. You're being very, very patient, mashallah. I thought you were going to start speaking and then, maybe falling asleep and nodding up. But mashallah, you're awake. You're very awake. I'm getting tired. And you're still awake. But the last thing is, this has been attributed to quite a few of the Salaf. But the saying is, من أراد الدنيا فعليه بالعلم ومن أراد الآخرة فعليه بالعلم ومن أرادهما معا فعليه بالعلم. Whoever wants to be successful in the dunya, in this world, if you want to be successful in education, school, Quran, Hadith, school, English, maths, knowledge in general, infant school, primary school, secondary school, college, university, if you want to be successful, فَعَلَيْهِ بِالْعِلْمِ. Then wherever there's knowledge, go there and try to absorb that knowledge, just like a sponge absorbs water, absorb that knowledge, take it in. Yep. And then the statement goes on, if you want to be successful in the akhirah, alaykum bil-ilm. Seek knowledge, go to the masajid, pick up the books. Don't sit next to a shelf like that when there's books next to you, not reading. You have people, remember I told you Ibn al-Jawzi, it said that when he was just a young lad like some of you, he said, I read 6,000 books. Ask yourself, how old am I now? And how many books have I read? And the number probably won't be 100. Ibn al-Jawzi said he's a young lad and he'd read in the library next to his house 6,000 books. That's why once, on one occasion, he actually stood on the minbar and he pointed to his fingers and he said, I wrote with these two fingers 1,000 books. You know, when you read about people that love learning, you need to read about Ibn al-Jawzi. I don't think there's a person like him when it comes to learning and loving knowledge and education. Amazing, really amazing. Amazing. So what's the point I was talking about? Who can remind me about the point I was talking about? من أراد الدنيا فعليه بالعلم. If you want to be successful in this world, seek knowledge. If you want to be successful in the akhirah, seek knowledge. If you want to be successful in both, so the first one is just the world, and the other one is just the akhirah. If you want to be successful and prosperous in the dunya and the akhirah, which is what we want, then seek knowledge. And it's in gatherings like this where you gather knowledge. You gather knowledge. And believe me, when you get older, people will start asking you questions and they'll be with you and they'll say, let's go to Ali, if your name is Ali. Let's go to Qasim or Salih or Khalid or Amr or Bakr. He knows a lot, let's ask him. They're not going to say, let's go to him if he doesn't know anything. They won't go to you because you don't know anything. You wasted your time. But if you haven't wasted your time and you've used every second properly and correctly, people are going to be phoning you, sitting next to you, wanting to be your friend just because they can benefit from you. They can benefit from you. Now I don't want to say any more than that because it's amazing how you've sat there for so long, having not fallen asleep. Because sometimes when you eat and you drink, you run, you want to relax. So subhanAllah, I'm amazed that you're still, looking very fresh. Alhamdulillah. Now I'm just going to leave maybe 2 minutes or 3 minutes for any questions maybe you want to ask me about what I've said or something, just in case. And then I'm going to go home and I'll let you go to sleep. Any questions? Well, I don't think what I've said requires any questions. Everything is very simple, easy to understand. But just in case maybe there's one question that's in your mind, because sometimes shaitan will allow for the question to enter your mind and then try to put you in some doubt. So you need to ask somebody if you don't know. And if we don't know, we go and ask and we find out the answer for you. But it's very important that we know things and ask and learn. Just like Imam al-Asma'i, when they said to him, how did you become so successful? He said, by asking lots of questions. You had a question, right? Hope it's a simple one.
How did the company read 6,000 books?
Now this was Ibn al-Jawzi. He asked, how did Ibn al-Jawzi read 6,000 books? There's a few explanations for this. Number one, their books weren't as thick as our books, so the books weren't very thick. And number two, you have to look at this not just from a material perspective, meaning what Allah says in the Quran again and again, إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. And again, وَاللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ مُقْتَدِرًا. Allah is able to do anything that He wants. Tell me, can't He give this individual, Ibn al-Jawzi, the ability to read 6,000 books? He can. Can't Allah Azza wa Jal bless his time and bless it so much that he can read that many books? And they weren't that thick, don't forget. Could he do that? Of course he can. And not only that, their ability was amazing, their ability to write so much. It was said about Al-Imam al-Tabari that he wrote so much. He wrote so many pages that if you tried your best to read all of his works, you couldn't read it in your lifetime. He wrote so much. Allah has given them ability. Allah has blessed their time. And if Allah can do this, then how can we ask how? إن الله على كل شيء قدير.